They're going to turn now to Elon Musk. He took questions from reporters for the first time in the Oval Office about his efforts to downsize the federal government and conflicts of interest caused by his government contracts. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott has the latest. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you. And this morning, the president is handing his most powerful advisor, Elon Musk, even more power, directing all federal agencies to now work with Musk and his team to cut staffing and limit hiring. In a striking moment, President Trump inviting cameras into the Oval Office, turning over the floor to Elon Musk for 30 minutes.
You couldn't ask for a stronger mandate from the public.
Musk standing with his young son, responding to criticism from Democrats that he's orchestrating a hostile takeover of the government.
The people voted for major government reform.
He offered little to no evidence of his sweeping claims of waste and fraud. Musk himself has billions of dollars in federal contracts for his companies, including SpaceX. Is that a conflict of interest?
Are going to do at the president's request.
Does that present a conflict of interest for you?
No, because you'd have to look at the individual contract and say, first of all, I'm not the one, filing the contract. It's people at SpaceX.
Musk, as a special government employee, isn't bound to the same ethics as other federal workers. His financial disclosure will remain confidential. Weeks ago, the president fired more than a dozen inspectors general, independent watchdogs. We asked, who has oversight over Musk? Does that mean that you are, in effect, policing yourself? What are the checks and balances that are in place to ensure that there is accountability and transparency?
Well, we actually are trying to be as transparent as possible. In fact, we post our actions to the Doge handle on X and to the Doge website. So all of our actions are maximally transparent. In fact, I don't think there's been, I don't know of a case where an organization has been more transparent than the Doge organization.
Well, the Department of Government Efficiency posts some updates on the platform X, which Musk also owns. The government website has no information. Musk is the world's richest man. Most of his efforts now facing legal action, including his push to oust thousands of staff at the humanitarian agency USAID, which has provided aid to some 32 million children. Do you see it as a worthy cause, USAID?
I think that there's some worthy things, but overall, if you say what was the bang for the buck, I would say it was not very good.
Vice President J.D. Vance openly questioned the court's authority, raising concerns the administration may defy the judge's orders. President Trump telling me that won't happen. If a judge does block one of your policies, part of your agenda, will you abide by that ruling? Will you comply with that order?
I'll abide by the courts, and then I'll have to appeal it. But then what he's done is he slowed down the momentum.
Overnight, Democrats taking on Musk.
Elon Musk has conflicts up the wazoo. He has all kinds of federal government contracts. He's running a business, and now he's rummaging around in the private data of Americans.
And there in the Oval Office, Musk was asked directly about some of those false claims that he has amplified on his own platform X with millions of followers. He says flat out, sometimes he will say things that are incorrect and they should be corrected. And Michael, just one more thing. Over on Capitol Hill, Tulsi Gabbard, the president's pick for Director of National Intelligence, will face her final confirmation vote in just a few hours. Even after receiving some tough questions from Republicans during her hearing, it does appear that she has the support to get across the finish line, Michael.
All right, Rachel, thank you, and great job there with those questions in the Oval Office.